Donkey Kong is known for being one of the most iconic characters to have ever been affiliated with Nintendo. However, with an interesting or underrated aspects relating to lore or details with the character, there have been instances where Donkey Kong has had unique games which weren't fully appreciated or even understood during their time, or since their original release. But the speculative scenario is this: that time when Donkey Kong played the bongo drums. The original trilogy of Donkey Konga games were considered a spin-off series of installments for the Donkey Kong franchise. While there technically weren't really any aspects of plot or cause for any of them, the original premise for the games had Donkey Kong and Diddy venturing across a beach one day when they noticed some objects along the beach that they had never seen before. The pair took them to Cranky Kong for an explanation as to what they were. Cranky later said to the both of them that they were simply bongo drums. Neither Donkey nor Diddy necessarily understood what Cranky meant, so he asked the pair to play. At first they didn't play that well at all, but the more they played, the better they got with the instruments, as this later became the focus for the trilogy. The Donkey Konga trilogy was developed in response or in part from the experience that Nintendo received from Donkey Kong 64, which was later known as an underrated yet controversial installment for the Donkey Kong franchise. Nintendo needed to rebrand Donkey Kong from the 64-bit era and decided to focus on a different depiction for Donkey Kong in a Nintendo video game. Conflicting sources had the bongo drums being developed by Nintendo shortly before the Konga trilogy, or developed nearly at the same time of the said trilogy and later adopted into the Donkey Kong game premise. When the original Donkey Konga game was released and the public was exposed to the bongo drums, it was considered different, and there were plenty of news instances relating to the curiosity about the new type of gaming controller that Nintendo promoted. While the controller was unique, it quickly showed itself as a one-sided piece of gaming equipment that appealed more to serious players rather than the casual player. Technically, the bongo drum was released right before Guitar Hero, which brought about a Western and casual interpretation for instrument-based musical video games. The simple conga games were enough of a use for the bongo controller, but the more serious jungle beat game was considered a financial failure for Nintendo and showed the limitations of the controller. Despite the fact that the bongo drums had an initial lifespan with the Konga trilogy, the controller was seldomly used with other games of Nintendo and notably found success with the Taiko no Satsujin from the late 2010s.